The Miami Dolphins are about to go fishing for some new players by means of the draft and free agency. But before they do, let's take a look at who might be getting thrown back in the water. It's time to say goodbye to some old fish and hello to some new ones. First up, we have the obvious BYRON Jones, the cornerback who couldn't seem to stay out of the injury net. BYRON Jones was supposed to be the Robin to Xavier Howard's Batman.
Gosh golly gee williger zippity jippity doo.
But injuries turned him into the Joker of the Miami Dolphins defense. While he had some good moments, his stats were less impressive than a participation trophy, allowing more touchdowns than a puppy in a room full of chew toys. With a quarterback rating allowed of over 100, it's safe to say his performance wasn't quite up to snuff. And now, with his injury history and recent comments about his past, it's unlikely he'll be reeled back in for the 2023 season. Plus, didn't it seem like he had retired for a moment?
Drama.
Either way, it looks like he's about to get the boot faster than a rejected contestant on The Bachelor.
What do you want to tell BYRON right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Hey, yo!
The Dolphins need to find a new hero to fill his cape. Stat! Next on the chopping block is CEDRIC Wilson, Jr., the wide receiver who just didn't quite fit the field. But hey, they signed him before they knew Tyreek Hill was heading to Miami.
Man, we in MIA.
So cut the guy some slack. We'll never know what could have been. And sure, some people might argue that you can never have too many wide receivers, but the Dolphins could be ready to move on. They've got Trent Sherfield and River Craycraft on deck, plus rookie Eric Ezukanma to start saying your goodbyes. Rumor has it that teams like Chicago, Dallas, and Green Bay are all on the hunt for some fresh wide receiver talent. Maybe they'd be willing to throw a late-round pick Miami's way for Wilson. Who knows? Stranger things have happened in the NFL. So it's time to cut the line and let him swim away. And last but not least, we have Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback who just couldn't stay afloat. Teddy Bridgewater had a roller coaster of a season, starting off as the backup behind Tua, but ending up in the driver's seat for 5 games, 2 of which he actually started. He even joined UNO in the NFL's concussion protocol, which some suspect was just a league-wide reaction to Tua's injury the week before. Later on, Bridgewater broke his finger, which gave rookie Skylar Thompson a chance to shine. But when Bridgewater did play, he looked solid, like a dad trying to keep up with his teenage son's video game skills. Unfortunately, the offense just didn't mesh well with him, like a group of co-workers trying to have a team-building exercise after a night of heavy drinking.
Yes, sir!
Despite completing 62% of his passes for 683 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, Bridgewater's 85.6 rating wasn't enough to convince the team to keep him around. Despite being touted as the ideal backup, he couldn't reel in a win and spent more time on the injured list than on the field, so it's time to cast him back into the sea and find a new backup quarterback. But I'm curious, who do you have in mind? We'll be diving deep into all the possibilities in our next video, so stay tuned as the Dolphins prepare to cast their nets for new players. It's time to let go of the ones that got away. Who else do you think won't be returning to the team next year? Only time will tell.